What's up, Backline fam? That's right. The Backline saying hello, checking in. We're waiting for Dom to join us now. There he is, man himself, Dom
How you doing?
Badji. How are you, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I am enjoying this beautiful day outside. And we're doing it outside today because, well, one, you're the special guest. It's a perfect day. But two, in a little bit, we'll have some more special guests. We're going to have a flyover from the Blue Angels around Nashville today. So I thought
Oh,
it'd be pretty cool to take this outside, and maybe we could all kind of take it in together. So we'll get
oh
to
yeah.
that in just a few minutes when, if and when we see him fly over. But we'll start off with you, Dom. How are you, man? How's everything going?
Going well. I'm doing well. Trying to not go crazy in here, but trying to be responsible also. But definitely itching to get back out, as I'm sure everybody is.
Yeah, man, you're not wrong. I'm itching to go out and watch you play soccer again. It's been tough having to just watch it through video games. We've had Dulce playing video games, and he always seems to just come up with a performance from Don Badji to get a hat trick or something to get a win. So that's the
Hopefully
only
that
soccer,
replicates. Hopefully that replicates itself when we're
right?
back out on the
That's
field.
we all hope so too. We've got people in the chat saying what's up. People are happy to see you on here. So just kind of catch everybody up to speed. Last time we saw you, you were leading the line from the number 9 position, wearing the number 9. Talk to me about what the last couple of months have looked like for you, and then more importantly, what the last couple of days like with training starting back up.
Yeah. The last couple of months, honestly, haven't been that exciting. We were in a tough position where right as the season started, this all happened. And right as I think we were picking up our groove and kind of hitting our strides, kind of had this roadblock. So it's been hard to mentally get over. But I think once the first couple of weeks were where we kind of dealt with them. I think people were out and ready to train and do what's necessary because we never know when we're going to get back to it. And so we don't want to be behind the ball when it all gets started. And
Yeah.
so as of late, especially having the facilities open where we're able to do, the voluntary practices, it's been awesome. It's been nice to get back on grass, get touches on the ball, and see a goal and be able to shoot.
It's like your old best friend again. You haven't seen her in a
Right.
while. You just see her. You just want to go run out and play and run around like a kid. When you do these trainings, these individual trainings, um, walk us through what a day's like when you get from the training ground into the field. How does it go from one step to the next? Walk us through what that process looks like.
Um, yeah, you enter the training ground. There's some designated parking spots. I think there are 3 or so parking spots between the cars. Um, as soon as you get out, they give us all gloves and masks that we have to wear. Go in, get our temperature checked. There's a little sanitizing station. Clean your hands. Once you pass all of that, there's a little checklist too, actually, prior to coming to the practice facility where they want to know where you've been. Um, Make sure you're being responsible. And after checking the temperature and through the sanitizing station, you go onto the field. You get your little square. The field's divided into 4. So everybody's got their own little square, and then the coaches will give you your workout the day before, and you get there and you just do it on your own.
There you go. You make it
Yeah,
seem so easy, and it's cool that the staff, the support staff, the technical staff is making it so seamless for the players, so you can show up and be reunited with your first love, the soccer ball in the field.
exactly.
And
No, shout out to them for real because they made it really smooth. The transition's been easy. I know it's a lot of work behind the scenes. We kind of just go get out of our car, go through a couple stations, and everything's kind of set up for us. But I know it definitely takes time to set everything up.
good, good. That's great to hear. I mean, safety first in this case, and tells what it's like getting back into this life because it's only been within the last couple of weeks, within the last week really, that this has been even a possibility. So make sure you keep getting your questions in. We got Edwin Jassy saying hello. Debo Hayes, Ja'Cory Hayes
Oh, hey. How you know
checking
Jacoby?
in, saying what's up. That's your boy from your FC Dallas days, the team you were with before you got traded to Nashville.
Right. Edwin Jassy, too. Hell of a player. And Debo Hayes. That's my man right there, Corey.
There we go. He got to Minnesota about the time I was leaving, so only briefly got a chance to say hello. You got your Dallas boys there. You've also played for Colorado as well. So we're looking forward to just kind of diving into those, just kind of finding everything there is to know about you, the backstory, the all the cool stuff that kind of comes with your story that's gotten you to where you are today. So I want to start off. I saw a question that was put into the IG chat story that I thought was actually really fitting and normally sparks a good conversation. Here's a question we had. Who is Dom's idol? Who is your idol? Now, obviously, this is one of those questions that can go any which way. When you were a kid, when you were growing up, currently, I'll let you go where you want it. And hello to Derek Jones checking in right there and saying hello as well. Another Nashville teammate.
My idol growing up, my soccer idol, Thierry Henry. My whole family are Arsenal fans. All that whoever watched Arsenal games, Thierry Henry. I really wanted to replicate my game done, but just how effortless he made it on the field. Just his inside of the foot finish, his runs, his hold up play. He had the complete package. And that's why I wore the number 14 for the majority of my career.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a little fun fact.
There's some similarities in the game too, by the way, between you guys. The speed, the kind of the guile, the agility, the finishing. So I can see that. That's a fitting idol, and you modeled your game after him quite well.
Yeah. I wish the year I came into the league was when he retired, so that was a little bit of a bummer. But I definitely watched him while he was at Rep.
Would you have been after his jersey, trying to trade for it?
No doubt.
There's no shame in it. I might have done it as a commentator. I might have been like, "I'll trade you the suit for your jersey, Thierry."
Yeah, he was up there. There are only a few players in the league who have really wanted their jerseys, and unfortunately, I missed him. But I was fortunate enough to get Didier Drogba's jersey when we played Montreal.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's definitely one that's gonna stay on the wall for a long time.
It'll find its way into a frame for sure, as it should. Oh, yeah. So if you're just joining us, we got center forward for Nashville SC, Dom Badji joining us. I'm Jamie Watson, TV analyst for Nashville SC, and we'll keep the questions going. This is a good question because it kind of encompasses two different things here. One, how have you been training and keeping fit at home? It's a good question to kind of find out the current. And then how's your family in Senegal? Obviously, you've got a proud backing from Senegal. So I'll let you kind of go whichever way you want with either one of these. We'll start, I guess, with how have you been training, keeping fit, and then let's dive a little bit deeper into the backstory of Dominique Badji.
Staying fit. The team's done a really good job of giving us bikes. We've got mats for the ab exercises. We've got these little devices. They're called Whoop devices.
What are they?
They're called Whoop devices. WHOOP. They measure your daily strain, and so your heart rate's constantly going up. Just how much strain you're putting on your body, and so we're able to give feedback to the coaching staff as to how intense our workouts are. It's making sure we're accountable for our workouts. But they've given us everything we need here: dumbbells. They've given us a bike in case we can't go outside. Bands, and they've made it easy for us to do our part. The hardest part is staying on top of it when there's no finish line in sight right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. So just not knowing what the end date of it is, right? No light at the end of the tunnel currently where we stand. Hopefully it's getting there sooner rather than later. And then the second part of that question was how is your family in Senegal?
So they're doing well. My mom and dad are back there. My younger brother's actually quarantining with me over here. So that's been great. But my mom and dad are doing well. Senegal, strict over there. The quarantine rules are very strict. There's a curfew, and they're not leaving the house at all. We have cousins that'll go out during the day to get them groceries if they need anything, but they're older too, and so it's safer that way. And they understand the importance of following the rules and achieving the bigger goal here.
Right, exactly. And We appreciate you kind of opening up. It's cool to hear guys and their stories and where you are on the field, yet more importantly what you're about off the field and where you come from. And we want you to encourage you to keep getting the questions in here, because these are opening up some really cool stories, a little bit of insight to the man who is Dominique Badji. We got more of your buddies dropping in saying, hey, Mikael Williams, Colorado guy, right? That's where you crossed paths with him?
Yeah, Splash. That's my boy out in Colorado.
Mo Hernandez, another FC Dallas guy.
Oh, yeah.
DB for president. There's some several DB for president shouts in here. You are a man of the people. Everybody's happy to see you today.
Mo. Yeah, Dallas was a good time. They were great guys out in Dallas. I definitely enjoyed a lot from.
I knew Mo from my Dallas days as well when he was coming up in the academy, and good dude right there. Oh, big question coming in from Diggsy in the chat. Chipotle or Popeyes?
You said Diggsy?
Is that an inside joke right there? Is Diggsy your guy?
Nah, I think he's actually being serious. I actually played in college with Diego, but Chipotle all day, every day. That's easy.
Easy right there, man.
Yeah.
That's Chipotle. You can have that every day for the rest of your life. That never gets old. Hey, I want to talk to you about the opener now, because you got a chance. You started both games, starting the opener. Before we dive deeper into it, we had this really cool question that I haven't asked anybody yet, any of the players that we've had on these player Q&As presented by Body Armor. And I thought this is a cool question here. What motivates you before a game? Are you a guy that needs to get hyped up and rah-rah speeches from somebody or give them, or do you just put the earphones in and put something on that gets you in your headspace? What's going on in your mind, and what motivates you before a game?
Yeah, prior to games, I'm not really a rah-rah person. I like to get in my zone. Listen to music, definitely listen to music. A little meditation too is great for just getting focused on what goal you're trying to achieve that night. But music from, I'd say 24 hours before the game, I'm just listening to the whole time leading up to the game, of course. And then there comes that time where the music goes off, and that's when I feel like I'm ready to go.
You just put the headphones down and you're just in that mindset that you've been working towards for 24 hours prior. What's that right now? If it was game day today and you've been listening for 24 hours, pretend I'm Gary Smith, I'm about to start giving you the pep talk. What's that last song you're going to put on before you take the headphones off and walk the field?
Probably Till I Collapse by Eminem.
That might be like 2 decades old, and it still hits today, doesn't it? It still hits.
You can't listen to that one and not get hyped, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, man, that's the one. I think I listened to that when I was playing, so you know it's an old track then. So let's take you. You've just hit Till I Collapse. You've just walked out on opening day at Nissan Stadium, and you're in this moment right here, a packed stadium. Oh, it's a little bit hidden by the chat. Sorry. It's like I'm right there in the circle with you guys right there. What's going on right there in that circle with the guys? What's being said? Who's saying it before that inaugural match we had back in February against Atlanta United at Nissan Stadium?
It's crazy because a lot of the game was, fast-paced and a blur, but that moment right there, it felt like everything slowed down. I remember Dax, Walker, and Godoy kind of taking center stage in terms of direction and just getting the guys ready. But one thing I'll remember, I think it was Dax, was just enjoy the moment. You don't get a lot of moments like this. We get to do what we love and just make the most of it. And I think for a lot of players, that means a lot because you get in those situations and you're nervous. I don't think a lot of us have played in front of this many people, especially at a home game. And so just to remember to enjoy what you're doing and have fun in that moment, I think it means a lot because you're very tense, and that kind of relaxes the guys and got us really ready to go.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear that insight from that moment. And, man, gives me chills, takes me back to that place, just of that mentality. There could be 60,000 people screaming and going crazy. you get in that huddle, like you said, it's kind of it's just a place of calmness, right? Of like, but it's got all the emotion, the hypeness of it, but you can only hear those people's voices in that circle right there, right? I mean, it's such a cool feeling.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we got some people saying hello. We got Alistair Johnson asking, yo, Badji, where you at, bro? Missed a nice fitness session. Did I get you out of fitness today?
You got me out of fitness. Shout
Bro,
out to
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Nah, but I'm gonna make it up when we're done here.
That's awesome.
Alistair, I'll be out there. My Whoop number will be higher than yours today.
There we go. There was a song back in there. Whoop, there it is. I almost started singing it, and then I remembered we're on the live right now, and you can't. There's no erasing that. AKA Bayron said, "Did you see the Army jets fly over Nashville? It was crazy. That's why we were outside. I was hoping to see the Blue Angels today with you. No, I didn't. I knew they were flying around today. They took off. I'm in Franklin, so I was hoping they were going to come by this way and we could watch it, but we didn't get a chance to see it. Jaleel's dropped in the chat. All your boys dropping in. You're a man of the people here. How was your morning? How was your workout this morning? Hey, Jaleel, hand up. This one's on me.
Josh said that.
Yeah.
Yo, Josh, how was your juggling this morning? Yo, he goes out and just juggles all day. That's all he does.
That's all he's doing?
That's all he does.
All the secrets are being revealed today. Jaleel, you just working on your juggling. Look at that. Mo Saeed dropping in, saying hello. It's like the entirety of Major League Soccer is dropping in to say hello to you, Dom. Everybody loves you, man.
Those are all my boys. Mo, shout out Mo. That's my boy.
Yeah, man, that's my guy too from Minnesota back in the day. You talked about the first game going by in a blur. Have you seen this shot yet? You seen that one right there of you taking a shot in the first game?
Yep.
Is that like the background to your phone right now? What a cool shot that is right there. I would give credit. I don't know who took the photo. Sorry for no photo cred on that one or the previous one. But talk about that game, man. I know we talked about that moment before, but now that you've had a couple of months to process it, we got that one home game in. You also started the away game in Portland, but particularly the home game. When you get a chance to process it and sit on it and kind of have that in your memory bank now, how do you remember the home opener, and what's the biggest takeaway you have of it still to this day?
I remember it being fast-paced to begin with. Like most games, energy's high, everybody's excited, so it's kind of helter-skelter. I remember them dominating possession for a little bit, but I remember us, for the majority of it, having some good chances, dominating in some dangerous areas, but of course not really scoring. But I just had a feeling that something good was going to come, and eventually Walker had the goal, which was, that's history on its own right there, which was great, and I knew that was coming for us, and I thought more was too. And unfortunately, the game plays out like that sometimes. Towards the end of the game, we made some great subs that had really good impact on the game. And we created chances there again and just didn't get any goals. But ultimately, I think that's what's most frustrating about this period we're in right now, whereas you saw glimpses of the good we were doing, and I think I was feeling that it was finally starting to click. And I think after that third, fourth game, we would have definitely hit our stride.
Yeah, man, you said it. It was picking up, and to have the two performances in the first few games, you did. I remember seeing the stat. It was like the first 5 games of the season were meant to be against teams that have been in the finals from the last 3 years on. So I mean, all 5 teams have been in the final within the past 3 years. I mean, it was a ridiculous start to the schedule, to the season for you guys. But to get the performances you had in, that was encouraging. I know that. And then obviously everything's kind of come to a halt. So, with the kind of talk about coming back to play at a neutral site, I know it's all just speculation now and whatnot. Do you kind of have any thoughts about how, from a player standpoint, you think that would be? Obviously, I know the preferred answer is playing games with fans at home, but I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. But do you have any opinion one way or another, or do you just itching to go play again?
Like you said, we're all itching to go play again, but it's kind of a sensitive matter. But just the health of the players and the fans is the priority. And at this point, I haven't really heard of anything that makes sense for both parties. And of course, the league has its say in it, and it has to make sense for them. But if they can find something that makes sure the fans are safe, the fans are important. It wouldn't be the same thing without them. The players are safe, and it makes sense for the league to do. I know all the players are itching to get back on there, but not at the risk of, potentially becoming sick.
Yeah, no, you're right. And a big concern is everyone's safety. We appreciate those that are keeping everyone safe now. I mean, whatever that looks like, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Right.
We appreciate you just kind of giving that raw, candid feeling. And I don't want it to be too serious because we've got Jaleel sending a whole bunch of crying, laughing emojis in the chat. But then we've also got Andrew right below him saying, Dom, can you do the Jaleel laugh? So I know we go from a serious topic and we're going to switch to not serious. So I want to put you in that mind frame. Let's imagine Jaleel has just cracked a joke. You've said something even funnier, and now Jaleel's losing it. What does that sound like? I know you got a good Jaleel laugh.
Yeah, he's got a contagious laugh. I'll be honest. I'll give y'all a little Jaleel laugh. The Jaleel laugh is. All right, let me break it down first. It's a high pitch. It's a high pitched noise to begin with, and then he just carries the same tone for the rest of it. So it kind of goes like, ha! He gets real high, and he brings it back down, and it's kind of just that same level.
That's hilarious. That is gold right there. Who else do you have a good impersonation of on the team? Let's give it. What about we saw him in the chat? Derek Jones.
I got a good Derek Jones impression, Yeah, I'd be like, Derek, let's go do this and this. He'd be like, nah, bro, I'm chilling. I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I just want to go sleep and play FIFA. Derek is like the most monotone dude I've ever met.
That's hilarious, man. That's too hilarious, dude. That's so funny. The impersonations are gold, and I know we kept you a little bit longer than we promised. So I wanted to say thank you very much for joining us today, Dom. We appreciate it. And here's my little one jumping in to say hello. So my 4.5-year-old Cade is crashing this. We were outside because we wanted to see the Blue Angels, and instead we saw this little angel right here. Cade, can you say hi to Dom? Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Cade. I like your shirt. Nice shirt.
He said nice shirts. And can you do your NSC? How do we do the NSC chant? NSC. NSC. He does it all the time, I promise. Hey, look, we want to say thank you, Dom, for you joining us. Can you tell Dom, say thank you, Dom? He wants the AirPod with Daddy. He wants to do the interview. We're gonna go work on his interviewing skills because he's not even talking to the guest, the celebrity. So, with that, Dom, we'll say thank you so much, man, for your time. We really appreciate it.
Nah, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. All right. Hey, thank you so much, Dom. We appreciate it. We want to say thank you to our friends at Body Armor for having us on here today, as always, every week. Dom, stay safe. We'll see you soon.
I can't hear.
Take care of yourself, all right?
All right, Jamie. Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye, Dom.
Bye.